Okay, I'm gonna do like a 10-minute walkthrough of my favorite DIY project. This is called Smart Mirror, but I called it Eve. The components are a Rubik's Cube, a monitor, and a frame, like a wooden frame, which you have to build yourself or you can buy. So here's a TV I bought, a Spectre monitor. Here's a set of keyboard and mouse I got. And here's a two-way looking glass. I bought this on Amazon. It's kind of heavy, but what I'm trying to demonstrate with my Rubik's Cube is that you can see through it. Eventually, though, you will not see through. And now I'm working on the software piece, so I'm trying to flash an image onto the SD card, which gets stored into the, not Rubik's Cube, into the Raspberry Pi. There we go. So we're in Raspberry now. That's a OS. I used Raspbian Linux. This is my first time using Linux commands as well. Yeah, so it looks like I'm cloning a repo, and then I'm trying to get into directory, the local directory where I clone the repository, and then I also had to learn how to like pip install the dependencies. Okay, so eventually got over the learning curve and got the actual smart mirror. This reads, I'm so happy. Follow along as I build the actual smart mirror. All of the previous stories are of me setting up the program with a Raspberry Pi. Oh, I guess I show my watch to let you know when I was finishing up the project. Yeah, so this day I was stripping my monitor. Eventually my friend Greg, he just gave me this little plier where I was able to stick it between the crack and just yank. Yeah, this is getting nowhere. There we go. Took the bezel off. I kept the motherboard, the buttons, and the mic. I measured the dimensions of the monitor to figure out how much wood I need. Got the wood, did the measurements, did the drawings. There we go. My friend helped me. He had a cutting saw table, and it was so nice because the blades, you could rotate it at a 45 degree, and that's how I cut like the left and right sides of these little slats. Oh, it just sped up my work time so much. Should have gotten a grittier sandpaper. That took a hot minute. Okay, so now that everything's done, I labeled each of these boards just to make sure I oriented everything correctly. And then I got some Gorilla Glue and then this polish. Get it? Instead of watching grass grow, I'm watching glue dry. It's not that funny. And then look, the polish gives it kind of like a red tint, which is pretty. What did I write? Don't touch me, please. I'm drying. I'm sticky too. Okay, so I was working out of my friend's garage, so I was trying to give him a heads up. How nice of me to add context. Okay, this was the most sketchy part. You see this little M-looking metallic thing? Well, that's like a window wingtip, I think is what it's called. I had these throughout the frame, and these are what held my mirror together.
Well, the mirror hasn't popped out yet.
I was so happy.
It's a success to some degree.
And I thought, oh my gosh, it's gonna pop out.
Oh
But
my
it stayed
goodness.
together. So if it's
All
not
right.
broken, don't touch it. Leave
Now, the rest of the installation.
So here I am using the spare parts of the wood that I cut off to make these like little buckles, which you'll see in a bit. Everything's assembled. So you can see I put the monitor behind the glass, and where the monitor didn't occupy space, you can see through the mirror. Eventually I do put down black felt to kind of trap that light so it looks like it's a one-way looking glass. Yeah, you get to see the buckles I was messing with. I also figured out how to cool down my Raspberry Pi. So yeah, here's a back view. I have two little triangles kind of keeping the monitor from popping out, and then I have this rectangular slab on the top to hold the top part of the monitor, but also have a place to mount my Raspberry Pi. I guess I had to do the software piece all over again. I don't remember why. Maybe it was like corrupted. I don't really remember. Okay, yeah, so this was the first time that I got to bring my smart mirror back to the dorm. I was shuffling between my dorm and my friend's garage. So, I mean, for the first look, it's okay. You can kind of see there's some gaps between the the frame. If you look really closely, my frame did not align perfectly, but it was functional. It was okay enough. And then on the kind of the left side, you'll see a little bit of the light. You can like see the outline of my monitor. But yeah, that's just wherever like my felt didn't lay perfectly. Anyways, I can name all the flaws. But if you look at, pretend like it was perfect, what you should focus on are like these little informational graphics, widgets on the screen. You've got time on the top left, which is a military time. Then you've got a list of items underneath. Those are my calendar events. I was synced up to my Google Calendar. Right below that, you see a picture, like an art. That's actually of an album cover, which it was able to show up because of my Spotify API. And then kind of on the lower third, you have Hello Claire, which that greeting changed depending on the time of day. If it's nighttime, it'll say good night Claire. If it's morning, good morning. If it's midday, it might give you like a little boost and say, hey sexy, or hey smarty. And right underneath that greeting, there was this scrolling news feed. So it would tell you what source it came from, whether it's like CNN or Fox or BBC or whatever, New York Times. And then it will also tell you how many minutes ago this was, maybe like 27 minutes ago, 2 minutes ago. And then it will have, you know, the headline, which the journalist gave. Now on the right hand side, you have this weather plus 7-day, 24-hour, I don't remember, it's really hard to see, plus some like forward-looking predictions of the weather. And that was an API to some public weather app, weather location. I don't remember if it was AccuWeather or if it was weather.com, but I just had to plug in my coordinates, and then it was able to extract the weather information for that. I also created a house for my Raspberry Pi. Oh yeah, gotta get every angle. I was really pleased with afterwards, especially the little holes I cut out. It wasn't perfect, but it was cute. Okay, so here's how the smart mirror looks, but projected onto my living room TV. And here's a zoomed in version of like my favorite corner of the smart mirror. So you see I have my time and military, my date, and then my calendar events. And then right below that, you have the cover, like the album cover, the name of the song, the artist. So this was a remix by a Korean DJ. Underneath that, I think it tells you like what album it came from. Or maybe this, yeah, no, this was a single. Anyways, and then underneath that, you can see if it's like being played or if it's on pause. And then you can see I'm 1:44 into this 2:06 song. And then it also gives you this progress bar. And I like how clean it looks. And right below that, it tells you what device I was listening to. Like listening to on.